Welcome to Furniture Industry News, the quintessential source for professionals within the space who strive to stay current with the evolving market landscape. Brought to you by FurniturePodcast.com, we are dedicated to providing incisive commentary and deep dives into the topics shaping the world of furniture, from emergent design trends and market analysis to critical regulatory changes and innovative retail strategies. Our aim is to equip you, the industry trailblazers, decision makers, and passionate observers, with essential knowledge that enables informed decisions. Each episode, curated with rigor and attention to detail, ensures that the stories we share not only reflect the state of the industry, but also the opportunities and challenges on the horizon. So whether you're on the showroom floor, strategizing in the boardroom, or crafting the next wave of product innovations, join us as we dissect the forces steering the furniture industry. Get ready for a fresh episode filled with impactful insights, direct from the pulse of the industry. Let's delve into the news that matters to you. In March, the Consumer Confidence Index presents an intriguing picture, showing stability at a superficial level. But beneath the surface lies a complex reality rich with contrasts, especially poignant for the furniture industry. This month, the index registered at 104.7, scarcely moving from February's 104.8, as reported by the Conference Board. Yet, amidst this seemingly steady figure, we find consumers expressing a brighter view of their immediate job prospects, with the present situation index climbing to 151. This optimism, underscored by an uptick in those who perceive that jobs are abundant, has been on the upward trajectory since January. A boost in positive sentiment about employment fuels hope for the industry, potentially translating to increased consumer spending on sizable investments like furniture. However, the future paints a different picture. The Expectations Index, which forecasts short-term income, business, and labor conditions, has dipped to 73.8, the lowest point since October of the previous year. It reflects a mounting anxiety over the next 6 months, particularly impacting family finances. With less optimism comes reduced inclination for significant expenditures, including high-ticket items that our industry offers. Of particular interest to furniture professionals is the variation in confidence across demographics. Notably, individuals aged 55 and over showcased a rise in confidence, while those under 55 experienced a decline. Furthermore, confidence subtly improved in all income brackets, except for the $50,000 to $99,999 range in March. Prices, as always, are at the forefront of concerns. Though complaints about gas costs are waning, elevated price levels, food, housing, and indeed furnishings continue to loom large in consumers' minds. Inflation expectations are barely changed, aligning with a 4-year low reached in February. Stock market sentiment is firming, yet over 50% of consumers now expect an increase in interest rates, the first time since November of the previous year, a dynamic that could act as a deterrent to splurges on durable goods such as furniture. Buying plans for interest rate-sensitive commodities, therefore, have shown a downward trend. While consumers expect to spend more on necessities like healthcare, the forecast for entertainment spending is lower, a mixed bag of signals for those of us reading the tea leaves for the furniture market. Delving deeper into the specifics, when we examine consumers' viewpoints of business conditions and the labor market, there's a mix of hesitancies and hopeful anticipations. Interestingly, while some consumers project an improvement in business conditions and income prospects, a slightly increased number forecast a decrease in jobs and heightened business conditions worsening. The dichotomy between the present positivity and future uncertainty bears implications for furniture retailers and manufacturers. It suggests an immediate opportunity may exist for businesses to capitalize on the momentary consumer confidence. Still, they must tread cautiously and strategize for the potential tightening of purse strings down the line. We are advised to pay close attention to these shifts in sentiment to navigate the fickle winds of market demand successfully. Amidst a backdrop of economic headwinds and recounting tales from the recent pre-market, many in the furniture industry are not merely weathering the storm, but are actively seeking ways to catalyze growth and invigorate their market presence. Strategies abound, from precision pricing to the very nexus of product innovation, all set against the tough terrain of today's retail environment. FD Home is one such beacon, introducing new bedroom sets that cleverly integrate Bluetooth-controlled LED lighting within headboards and fabric accents on drawer panels. Their cultivation of such affordable sets, poised below the $2,000 line, is not only a nod to economization, but a strategic play to bolster retail promotions and secure healthy margins. President Steve York of FD Home delineates their strategy affirmatively. It's still about trying to get the consumer in the store, a mission that involves aligning with partner factories to compress pricing without compromising on style or innovation. In a similar vein, Lifestyle Enterprise exhibits their dexterity in both style and pricing, unveiling laminate sets with a promotional flourish and a price tag as alluring as $799 for a 4-piece suite. The quest for cost-effectiveness has cascaded to players like Pulaski and SLF, too, who are shifting savings from Asian manufacturers to their customers. It's about fine-tuning the balance between price and style, where even if just a few products resonate amidst a sea of introductions, they could signify a substantial uptick in volume. But this is not a narrative merely of price wars. It's about investing deeper into product lines and keeping a diverse inventory. Sarid, doubling down on inventory investment, illustrates this by deepening inventory across its most popular SKUs. Their expectation, a rapid response to the designer trade's demand for immediate stock availability. Then there's Vaughan Bassett, with their groundbreaking Custom Express program, rebutting the traditional domestic model by availing custom solid wood bedrooms within an unheard-of 72-hour time frame. This program flies in the face of the current pause in business, positing that demand will surge as the year wanes, justifying their investment. Business acumen also encompasses an acute awareness of the macroeconomic tableau, particularly interest rates and housing sales. This ethos is echoed by industry veterans who note that for the industry to blossom anew, consumer confidence must be kindled and promotion actively pursued. Case Goods Resource, Urban Design, Collective's COO and Chief Creative Officer Kelly Hahn encapsulates this by stressing both simplicity for buyers and a middle-of-the-road approach fused with bold design. There's always opportunity, he asserts. It's not all doom and gloom. This statement embodies the spirit pulsing through the industry, an unyielding optimism interlaced with strategic maneuvering that shall see the furniture market forge ahead, trailblazing innovation, pricing, and a fervent dedication to invigorating consumer interest and fortifying retail partnerships. The Ocean Shipping Reform Act's recent developments bring a much-needed sigh of relief to truckers nationwide. Previously, trucking companies were unfairly billed for detention and demurrage charges, even though they were not directly involved in the contracts between ocean carriers and shippers. However, with the updated guidelines from the Federal Maritime Commission, the accountability for these charges becomes clearer. Demurrage charges, often a significant burden, relate to the time-filled containers remain within terminal grounds, assuming they're still waiting to be picked up after being offloaded. Detention charges apply to the period when containers are outside the terminal. This is the window for importers to unpack the goods. Under the old structure, delays at docks or elsewhere frequently meant trucking firms bore the financial brunt, which contributed to inflated costs for shippers and, ultimately, consumers. This stipulation in the Ocean Shipping Reform Act changes the dynamics, marking a decisive move to counter what some might call the power abuse, prevalent during the pandemic, when container carriers gained disproportionately from the global supply chain disruption. In hard numbers, between 2020 and 2022, 9 carriers serving the U.S. container trades accumulated an astonishing $8.9 billion from these charges, with trucking companies shouldering a large portion of these costs. Those days are now numbered. As of May 26th, ocean carriers and marine terminal operators must issue detention and demurrage invoices within 30 calendar days from the charge's last incurred date. Reciprocally, shippers and other invoiced parties have the same time frame to request refunds. A significant win for clarity, the new rules detail the necessary information for invoices, such as invoice date, due date, allowed free time, and the specific dates for which the fees were charged. Overlooked invoicing details can invalidate the charge under the refreshed regulations. This reform heralds not just a more practical approach to shipping logistics, but a fairer one, offering a more equitable field for all players, from ocean carriers to local truckers. The legislation ensures that the trucking community, essential to the furniture industry's supply chain, can work with better predictability and reduced risk of punitive costs, undoubtedly a driving factor for smoother operations and ultimately cost savings that benefit the entire furniture industry ecosystem. Indeed, as we navigate a less than stellar business climate, trimming unnecessary costs is vital, and these reforms may just make the route to recovery less steep for those in the freight and shipping sector. In a notable development for the furniture industry supply chain, Port Houston has reported a sizable increase in container volumes. This February, container movements scaled up 20% compared to the same period last year, reaching a remarkable 375,965 TEUs. When we look at the two initial months of this year combined, the volumes tally up to a 12% upsurge year-to-date, registering at 708,926 TEUs. Diving deeper into the figures reveals further encouraging trends. Notably, loaded exports surged by an impressive 25% to an all-time monthly high of 145,766 TEUs. Loaded imports didn't lag too far behind, marking an 18% rise. These rising numbers are more than just statistics. They represent a cascading effect that could lead to more product options and perhaps even more competitive pricing for consumers shopping for furnishings. Port Houston's performance is particularly significant, considering that it holds the title as the fifth largest container port across the United States and stands as the premier port for bulk cargo. As for bulk cargo imports, they too have seen their share of fluctuations, reporting a monthly growth of 49% in February, although there was a 10% dip in the preceding January from December's figures. But why is this growth occurring now, and what propels it? The answer lies, in part, with the port's vigorous infrastructure and expansion efforts. According to Port Executive Director Roger Gunther, plans are already set in motion to facilitate the accommodation of larger vessels, capable of carrying up to 15,000 TEUs before the year concludes. This evident foresight and commitment to improvement bode well for the industry's future, hinting at enhanced efficiency and a boost in capacity that could further streamline the furniture supply chain. In parallel, other major U.S. ports also had a strong showing in February, with the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach seeing imports leap 64% and 29% respectively. This overall national port success signifies robust trade and a potentially sustainable increase in business for the furniture industry and related sectors. Certainly, these advancements resonate with more than just logistical triumphs. They signal a reason for optimism within the furniture industry and beyond. As Port Houston continues to expand and optimize its operations, the broader economic benefits are undeniable. Improved infrastructure could spell shorter lead times for furniture products, a substantial boon for furniture retailers, and ultimately, a win for consumers. For an industry that thrives on the efficient movement of goods, these developments at Port Houston are not just promising. They might just be the herald of a new era of growth and prosperity. The surprising collapse of a major bridge at the strategically important Port of Baltimore has sparked immediate concerns within the furniture industry. This is not just a temporary setback. This incident could very well have a ripple effect on the supply chain that furnishes materials so vital to our sector. Before the collapse, the Port of Baltimore stood as a key entry point for plywood and veneer imports. Its significance to the furniture and woodworking industries cannot be overstated. In January alone, Baltimore moved over 62,000 container tons of forest products, including hardwood plywood from Indonesia and China, and other essential materials used widely across the furniture building and cabinet industries. With the bridge now down, the port is closed to all container traffic until an unspecified time. As ocean carriers scramble to reroute through alternative ports along the U.S. East Coast, for example, New York, the added logistical steps will inevitably lead to delays and complications. Experts predict that the weekly movement of roughly 21,000 TEUs will now face significant disturbances. On a more granular level, for furniture retailers and manufacturers alike, the timing of this infrastructure failure couldn't be worse. Not only does the diversification of imports and resources remain a critical strategy, but businesses must also consider the increased cost implications. The reality is, with Baltimore bridging a gap for significant imports of plywood veneer, The collapse will almost assuredly exert upward pressure on materials prices, at a time when the industry is already facing inflationary challenges. Beyond the immediate logistical fallout, the incident raises questions for the future of furniture production. Companies reliant on a steady stream of these materials, whether they're creating intricate veneer designs or constructing strong, durable products, must now adapt to uncertain supply schedules. This could mean shifting timelines, product launch delays, and a necessary review of inventory strategies to mitigate these unforeseen strains on the supply chain. And as if the collapse wasn't disruptive enough, the bottleneck also impacts exports. Ocean carriers, previously under fire for prioritizing empty containers to Asia over U.S. exports, face enhanced scrutiny as local businesses see their reach shrink. In conclusion, the collapse of this bridge is more than a structural failure. It's a breakdown in the furniture industry's supply chain that could have lasting impacts. As we deal with the immediate consequences, the longer-term reevaluation of how furniture materials are imported into the United States may indeed be a matter that requires the industry's collective attention and innovative problem-solving in the days to come. In the digital landscape where the lines between social media and e-commerce blur, furniture retailers find themselves navigating a sea of both opportunity and uncertainty. Today, we're casting a critical eye on the implications of a potential TikTok ban in the United States for our online furniture retailers and the strategic pivots necessitated by such a shift. TikTok, with its surging popularity, has emerged as a pivotal platform in the digital marketing arsenals of many brands, especially when targeting the fresher faces of Generation Z and Y. This platform's influence has extended so deeply into the consumer psyche that the very thought of its ban sends ripples of concern across the online retail landscape. Indeed, the app's unique appeal lies in its alignment with the younger demography's appetite for short, engaging bursts of visual content that often translates into viral trends and ultimately sales. But with a sword of Damocles hanging over TikTok's head amidst privacy and national security concerns, retailers must recalibrate their strategies. Foremost on the agenda is diversification. No longer can brands afford to put all their digital eggs in one basket. Retailers must nurture a dynamic presence across multiple platforms, seamlessly migrating the native creativity and interactive flair of TikTok to the likes of Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. These platforms stand ever ready to inherit TikTok's user base should the need arise, a lesson we learned from TikTok's ban in India, where platforms such as YouTube stepped in to fill the void promptly. Further, the gravitation towards diversified platforms is not a mere reactionary jump. Rather, it represents a proactive embrace of the social media ecosystem in its broad expanse. Retailers must extend their digital tendrils into emerging and established venues alike, from the burgeoning BeReal and Discord to the stalwarts of Facebook and Twitter. To do so is to mitigate risk and to tap into various user groups, increasing the resilience of their marketing strategies in an unpredictable social media climate. Addressing the elephant in the virtual room also centers on a strategic flexibility that behooves online retailers. Brands must continuously evolve, staying in lockstep with platform algorithms, user behaviors, and cultural zeitgeists, refraining from reliance on a single modality of customer engagement. With a more robust omni-platform approach, retailers can ensure that their reach remains wide and their messaging resonates, irrespective of a single platform's fate. This adaptive stance bodes well not only as a bulwark against potential upheaval, but also as a stalwart strategy to capture the dispersed attention of a generational cohort notorious for its digital nomadism. The goal is to stay connected, to stay relevant, and ultimately, to sustain and grow the digital storefront well into the unpredictable future. Let's reiterate that while TikTok's fate hangs in balance, the onus is on our online furniture retailers to navigate this digital quandary with agility and foresight. It is a testament to the ingenuity and adaptable spirit inherent within our industry. As homeowners across the nation continue to navigate the landscape of home upgrades amidst a backdrop of economic headwinds, we're observing a noteworthy juxtaposition. Spending on home renovations is taking an upward trajectory, while the initiative to embark on such projects is experiencing a slight dip. In the sphere of home improvement, the costs have surged dramatically. Last year, the median spend for home renovations soared to $24,000, marking a sizable 60% increase from the $15,000 spent back in 2020. This finding comes from the comprehensive 2024 U.S. House and Home Study, which delves into the behaviors and expenses associated with home renovation. More than half of the homeowners involved in the study revealed expenditures exceeding the $25,000 mark, a stark contrast to the 37% who reported similar spending in the year 2020. Yet despite this uptick in outlay, there was a modest decline in the overall percentage of homes undergoing these improvements. With 56% partaking, it was a 2 percentage point drop from the previous year. Economists attribute this increase in renovation expenses partially to the escalating costs of both products and labor. This can be perceived as homeowners contending with the necessity to update the somewhat constrained and aging housing inventory, a fundamental part of the housing market that continues to invigorate robust demands for home rejuvenations. Interestingly, Generation X homeowners were at the pinnacle of spending within their demographic cohort, with a median outlay of $25,000 on renovations, outpacing baby boomers by a slight margin. Indeed, for the upper echelons of these cohorts, financial commitments for renovations showcased impressive budgets: Gen X at $180,000, Millennials at $148,000, and baby boomers at a notable $131,000. Nevertheless, the baby boomers led the pack in actual renovation activity, with 56% partaking, compared to 32% for Gen X and 9% for the Millennials. Financing methods for these projects also underwent a transformation, with an increased reliance on credit cards noted across all age categories. Even so, the predominant funding source remains cash from savings, availed by over 80% of the renovators. Millennials in particular showed a penchant for leveraging credit, with 43% utilizing it for their renovation projects. As we look at the ambit of home decor, in 2023, a significant 56% of homeowners surveyed had decoration upgrades on their agenda. Yet when considering prospects for the current year, this percentage dipped to less than half. This reticence possibly signifies a cautious approach in light of the current economic vibrations, with homeowners weighing their choices more meticulously before committing financially to home enhancement endeavors. To encapsulate, this prevailing trend offers an acute lens through which we can discern the directional moves of the home improvement market, as homeowners balance the temptation for modernized living spaces against the tangible economic pressures. It reminds us of the intricate dance between desire and practicality, a theme that resonates profoundly within our industry and beyond. For Raymore and Flanigan, the New York-based furniture giant, success isn't just about selling sofas, beds, and tables. It's about cultivating a thriving workplace ethos where each associate can strive for and achieve their personal best. This approach, foundational to their operations, has not only propelled them to the forefront of the furniture retail industry, but has also earned them the honor of Retailer of the Year by the Home Furnishings Association for stores with over 50 employees. The company operates on a simple yet profound premise: take excellent care of your people, and they, in turn, will deliver outstanding service to customers. It has worked systematically to embed this principle throughout its business model. By zeroing in on recruitment, Raymore and Flanigan ensures that each hire is primed not just for a position, but for a potential career trajectory within the company. This forward-thinking mindset fosters an environment ripe for growth, development, and cross-disciplinary learning. The Raymore and Flanigan Learning and Development Institute exemplifies the company's dedication to nurturing talent. Employees aren't just taught job skills. They are encouraged to envision a long-term career path, unlocking opportunities and avenues beyond their initial roles. This cross-training philosophy has yielded an internal pipeline for emerging leaders, ready to shepherd the company into its next chapter of retail innovation. President Seth Goldberg attributes the integrity of this system to the company's sustained success over 75 years of operation. Reinforcement of this ethos comes through clear-cut avenues for associates to advance their careers. Employees are motivated and empowered to reach for higher bars, bringing vitality and ambition to their customer interactions. Thus, the recognition from the Home Furnishings Association isn't merely a nod to corporate achievement, it's an acknowledgement of a thriving community within Raymore and Flanagan, where associates feel valued, aspirations are nurtured, and success is shared. The award serves as a testament to the power of a culture steeped in investment in its people, proof that when employees flourish, so too does the business. This philosophy doesn't only shine internally, it's palpable in customer interactions and is the fabric that weaves together each sale, consultation, and service provided by Raymore and Flanagan. It's a strategy that has translated into a robust consumer rapport, driving both repeat patronage and new customer acquisition, essential elements in the competitive world of retail furniture. In recent financial maneuvers, Leggett & Platt, an established entity in the residential home furnishings and bedding sector, has taken decisive action to fortify its financial standing amidst a challenging market downturn. The company, renowned for its wide-ranging portfolio of products, has amended its existing revolving credit agreement, a strategic move aimed at enhancing borrowing capacity and offering greater fiscal flexibility as it navigates the current headwinds facing the home furnishings industry. By increasing its leverage ratio from 3.5 times to an elevated threshold of 4.0 times trailing 12-month adjusted EBITDA, the adjustment will be in effect through the end of June 2025. Following this period, a reversion to the original 3.5 times ratio will occur, with this structure set to remain in place until the facility's maturity date, which falls on September 30th, 2026. The decision comes as a response to a year marked by financial challenges. In the year ending December 31st, 2023, Leggett & Platt disclosed a loss amounting to $136.8 million, coupled with an 8.6% decline in sales compared to the prior year. President and CEO Mitch Dolloff expounded on the amendment, affirming the company's staunch commitment to maintaining robust financial health and expressing confidence that the revised agreement assures ample liquidity amid softening demand within residential markets. Moreover, Leggett & Platt's executive leadership is conducting a comprehensive review of its capital allocation strategies, critically evaluating elements such as dividends to ensure the company's steadfast dedication to judicious financial stewardship. To address operational efficiencies, they have enacted a restructuring plan which includes workforce reductions by up to 1,100 positions and the shuttering of more than 15 production facilities. Leggett & Platt's initiative to recalibrate its financial framework is emblematic of a broader push within the furniture industry for resilience and adaptability. As companies confront the complex matrix of economic pressures, including fluctuating demand and shifting market dynamics, strategic financial planning emerges as a cornerstone of maintaining industry fortitude. Through these measures, Leggett & Platt aims to reinforce its economic foundations, enabling the company to persist through the current downturn and emerge on a trajectory positioned for recovery and growth. Without a doubt, the firm's latest financial adjustments underscore a proactive approach to weathering the storm that looms over the residential home furnishings and mattress sector. In a forward-thinking move, Beyond Incorporated has announced a robust strategic partnership with social media platform X, previously known as Twitter. The collaboration is set to invigorate the Bed Bath & Beyond, Overstock, and Zulily brands with a fresh infusion of innovative content strategies and enhanced customer engagement. Beyond Incorporated aims to leverage X's vast social media reach, engaging over 100 million US users with dynamic content that resonates with brand messages and promotional activities. This synergy is a testament to Beyond Incorporated's commitment to exploiting digital landscapes for brand amplification and consumer retention. The impact of this partnership will evolve with custom content catered to key holidays and events, shaping how the furniture e-commerce sector captivates and retains its audience in the digital sphere. Keep an eye on this collaboration as it unfolds. Its success could signal new horizons in digital marketing for the furniture industry. Thank you for tuning into Furniture Industry News. Your time and attention are greatly appreciated as we strive to bring you the most recent and relevant information from the furniture business sector. For ongoing updates and professional insights tailored to your industry's needs, visit us at FurniturePodcast.com, your destination for daily content that keeps you informed and prepared for the market's dynamics. Don't miss our upcoming episodes, where we'll continue to bring you the foremost developments that could shape your business strategies and decision making. Until then, this is Furniture Industry News signing off. Stay informed, stay connected, and keep leading the way in the furniture industry. Join us next time to remain at the cutting edge of your field.